I am constantly at odds between what will make me successful and what will make me happy. Greetings people on the internet, I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome mad creators to the underground laboratory where we create robots, alien zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. And we're going to do one of those things today, specifically robots. We're working on some robot blueprint sketches. We've done a few of these and we're going to do another one today. And as usual, we're going to touch on a topic. This might be a shorter video, I don't know, we'll see how much how much I get into it. Actually, when I actually start talking, sometimes I go a little longer, but the idea is this is just a shorter video just to get the topic out there, start a discussion, kind of get your guys' opinions in the chat and everything, what you guys think about it. But what I'm thinking right now, and this is something that is constantly that I'm constantly battling with, and that is whether I should specialize more in my artwork or diversify. It seems like I tend to, the path I'm on is I like to diversify. I like to do a lot of different things. And but I notice that people who specialize, sometimes that results in a lot more success. I think it's easier to digest. I think people understand it a little better. And I see that all over in different places, whether it's YouTube or whether it's at comic conventions. And we'll get into a little more of that. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to work on a blueprint sketch. I think I'm going to do like a giant Sentai character. So let's get to that. I was recently watching a YouTube video all about how small YouTubers can kind of build their following and everything, and it was Roberto Blake. If you've ever seen him, definitely check him out. I'll try to leave a link in the comment section. But he's got great content. But he mentioned how, and he said this before, how variety channels are dead. But on the other hand, he sort of has a variety channel. So, and I find myself in this same position as far as with YouTube and some other things that I do, where I know if I focused on just one particular kind of video, my channel would be a lot more successful. For instance, the videos that get the most views are my art hack videos. Now, first of all, if I concentrated on those, first it would be really difficult because I don't think I could come up with that many art hacks. I mean, I've sort of put out some of my best ideas already when it comes to those. So I don't think I could keep it up. But even if it was a video that I could kind of keep duplicating, or little, maybe like smaller hacks, I don't know, whatever, some kind of spin on that. I think I could really grow this channel. But the thing is, that's not really what I want to do. I mean, I like doing those videos, but I like doing all kinds of different things. I like doing what I'm doing now. I like just sharing my thoughts on, making a living doing art. I like doing drawings. I like hanging out on the art casters with my friends. I've got some other ideas, some different kinds of content that I want to push out there in next year and everything. So, but a lot of these are all different things. And the problem is, when people come to your YouTube channel, they usually come via a certain video, and most likely it's probably one of those art hack videos. I've got one that's got over 100,000 views, and to me that's a lot. So people may come to there and maybe they look and say, oh, does he have more of these kind of videos? And they might have, and I think I've got 2 other art hack videos, but maybe that's all they watch. And they're probably not interested in, say, the Artcasters or the Mad Genius Hall of Fame or maybe these blueprint videos. So, but the problem is that, it's kind of a smattering of different people, and within there's people that may like everything I do, and those are sort of the core, the core audience. But not everyone's like that, and I don't really expect everyone to be like that, because I know from a viewer standpoint, there's channels where I watch certain things. Like there's one guy that does these Star Wars, if you've seen Hello Greedo, he's one of the few guys that sort of does positive Star Wars videos, or not super negative, or he kind of bashes all the negativity around it. But he also does a lot of like Star Wars gaming stuff. So it falls under Star Wars, but I don't have any interest in the Star Wars games or anything like that, or Let's Plays and things like that, or whatever else. So I can kind of see where certain people like certain content. And that's somebody who's big enough where they can experiment with all these things because they're building everything around sort of a personality. I don't know that I'm really there yet. But this, and this is something, it's not just contained to YouTube. It's everything that I do. I think as an artist, I think it's easier to find success if you just stick to one thing, because it's easy for people to understand. Like when you go to a comic convention and you'll see, people like Will Terry's another guy that I watch on YouTube, and he does really well at conventions. Part of the reason why he does that is because he's got one thing that he does. It's one style. It's a kid-like character based on fan art, and the fan art helps. I'm not gonna lie there, but he's got sort of a unique take on it. But everything he does looks just like that. So when you look up, you immediately say, "Oh, I get it. This is all the same thing. I understand it." Whereas somebody like me who does a lot of different things, that can get confusing to people, and they don't know what to make of it, and it's hard to sort of pigeonhole, and that's kind of a negative thing, and I kind of agree. I don't want to be pigeonholed, but sometimes being pigeonholed is good for business. It's good for, building an audience. If you look at the work that I'm posting on Instagram, it's very different than the art prints that I'm selling in my online store. One is very digital, one's more sketchy. So they're different styles, and I like that. I've as a young kid, I was diagnosed with ADHD, and it doesn't go away. I mean, but I think that in a lot of ways that's been really helpful. But for me, I have to switch around from one thing to another. I just can't do the same thing. Now, what I try to do is I do try to take all this stuff and kind of put it under one umbrella. I try to take all the things I like and try to find a way to make it work so it does seem like it's one thing. Like the biggest thing you want is when somebody asks, like if you're an artist or whatever, you want them to be able to say what kind of artist you do. Oh, this guy does, monsters, or this guy does whatever, whatever mashups or whatever it is. If somebody can look at you and say, oh, I like this guy does this. So, I mean, you could look at me and you could say, oh, this is the guy that wears the green lab coat and everything he does kind of is like mad science or whatever. So that's what I try to do. I try to throw that all under that umbrella because I like doing the robots, the aliens, the zombies, all the kind of things that have to do with like mad science and all this kind of stuff. So I do try to find some way to make it work. But that's not always immediately evident when somebody's coming across, what you're doing. But that's, I mean, I have to do all these different things or I would just get burned out. And I know if I did decide to do just a bunch of art hack videos or something like that, I would get burned out on it. And this channel might not last very long because I just wouldn't enjoy it. And it's not that I don't enjoy doing the art hack videos. I do enjoy those, but I can't just do that. So, I mean, and that's something that I've always dealt with. But, it really would help if there was a way to sort of, make it a little more clear what I do, and, because I don't know, it seems like niching down can deliver a lot of results as opposed to having this wide array of different things. And if you go to comic conventions, you'll see it all the time. People, it seems like it's always the people that are focused on one thing that do really well, and sometimes the other people struggle. And you can get past that. I know people who do sell a lot of different things, and they've kind of honed their brand, kind of like what I'm trying to do, where people get it. But it's not always that easy, especially on first sight. So I don't know. I don't know what to say other than I think I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I've got, like I said, I've got plans in the future with some other ideas, and I'm just worried that, one of these ideas, I really think that it could be something successful. And then I was like, well, should I create a different channel for that? Because if that blows up, there's going to be people that only come to my channel for that particular thing. And they're not going to care about this other stuff. So I don't know. But this is something that's going on in my head all the time. And it's kind of a weird position for me to be in, because it's like I know what I could do that could really help out and really grow the channel, but it's not really what I want to do. And a while back I did a series of Comic Con videos where I talked about my ideas for, just tips and things for doing comic conventions. And I think one of the last videos that I did was me telling you, these are the things that you need to do to be successful at comic conventions. And most of these things I'm not doing myself because I don't want to do them. Whether that's like, fan art is a big thing, and however you feel about fan art. I mean, I like doing fan art. I'm not crazy about. I don't want to build my whole business around fan art, and I don't really, I don't really sell fan art at conventions. But I know if I did, that would be successful. But I kind of want to do my own thing. I want to build my own brand, and then maybe someday having people do fan art of my stuff. And that's a big dream, and that's a little harder, but I guess I just don't always do things the easy way. But this could be helpful for you. If that's not a concern of yours, that might be something that you want to do, is try to find one particular style or one thing that resonates with people and just focus on that and just run with it. And I've seen a lot of people who are really have found success doing that. But you really have to think to yourself, am I going to be happy doing that? And if you are, I would definitely go for it. But I just can't do that. So I'm gonna, for better or for worse, I'm gonna continue to do kind of what I'm doing. Give you a lot of different ideas. Hopefully, try to tie it all in together in one way, shape, or form. But that's just the way I'm wired, and that's the way I'm gonna continue. So yeah. All right, so here is my Robo Sentai drawing. I think I might have to do like a kaiju for him to battle, but maybe we'll do that in another episode. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on diversifying versus specializing. What do you guys think? What do you guys do? Do you like to do a lot of different things? Do you like to specialize in one thing? Do you see more value in one way, or do you get more results one way? I really like to know, so let me know in the comments section, and I will see you guys later. That is all. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me here in the Art Lab. There's a lot of other great content on the channel, so click that subscribe button and you won't miss a thing. If you're an aspiring evil genius, visit Serkworks.com for all your mad science supply needs. And if you want to contact me, hit me up in the comments section or follow me on social media. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you then.